Yeah.
Live.
What's going on, baby?
It's the motherfucking.
It's the motherfucking delegation. Once again, we have a very special episode. It is the 33rd birthday of the Mr. Nice, Mr. Clean. Say it twice. Let me know.
Let me know.
What's going
Let me
on,
know.
boys? Thank you. It's definitely an unforgettable birthday in isolation, but like I said,
Name's so nice, gotta say it twice.
ain't about the quantity, it's about the quality of friends, you know? Make the days count.
Definitely.
Don't count the days, make the days count. But yeah, no, reflecting on 33 years in life. Let's start first of what did you think you cared about that you don't care about now that you're older? Like, say, reflecting back to, like, let's just do a decade, 23 to 33. Hold on, is everybody 33 here? No.
I'm older than that.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, my man.
34. Turning 35 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gen V.
He's 3 years older than us.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's stay like early 20s. What did you think you cared about and you don't care about anymore? Or like, what do you...
People's opinions.
Yo, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Like,
huge one.
Expand on that.
I think for myself, like, you know, like living to please people, and in the end, they didn't even matter, right? I was only stressing myself out, trying to be something I'm not to appease other people.
Like, are you just saying, like, in what way, like, materialistically, or like, just trying to impress people in that sense?
Not
or,
in that sense. Like trying to make people happy,
Yeah.
right?
like, doing stuff for them kind of thing?
Yeah, doing stuff for them, going out of my way.
Like, give me an example of something.
Pretty much like filling their mold of what you think they think of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, I was going to get into that, too.
You know,
Yeah.
like parents, family.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to be.
And when did you realize that?
Well, I was always like that, right? And then the time that I realized like not to give a shit was, I would say maybe like 5 years ago,
Damn, so pretty
6 years
recent.
ago. Yeah, pretty recently. Yeah, yeah.
I think I realized a little earlier, probably my early 20s. Because that's when like a lot of like bad shit happened to me. And
Yeah.
I realized like I'm gonna be the best I can to like fulfill like someone else's like expectation of me.
Yeah.
Right.
But when like things go bad and like the bad things happen to me, these people aren't really there.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do I give a fuck what they think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like,
It's true.
I think when you're from younger to older, when you're younger, you have you know what, I should start. When you're older, you have so much more shit to worry about. So you give less
Yeah.
about what other people think.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you yourself have so much shit to worry about. You're like, I don't fucking care what you guys think anymore. When
Exactly.
you're
That's true,
younger,
too.
You don't have too much that you give a shit about. Other people are implementing their ideas, like your parents, your friends, your
Right.
teachers.
Of
Whatever.
what you should care about, kind
Exactly.
of.
Right,
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
telling you what you should care about,
Yeah.
so you think you should care about
Yeah.
it. And
Exactly,
Then you
well
care what
put.
they think
Yeah.
about. Then you get older and you're like, fuck, I got so much shit I'm already thinking about. Like, who
Yeah.
cares what
Exactly.
you
This
guys
this
think?
shit is
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
this
like-
shit is petty.
yeah,
Exactly.
It's like, I don't
Yeah,
care
yeah, yeah.
anymore. It's
Like
I-
what you thought was important doesn't really matter
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
But it's also because you're young. Like you don't
Yeah.
know what you want.
Right.
So other people are gonna give you either tell you what you want or give you ideas about what you want. It's up to you which direction you're gonna take when you're younger. But I think like when I like in my 20s, we were in school. That's what I cared about. I cared about being smarter than everybody.
Mm.
I wanted the better grades. I wanted to be accepted in the most things, like
Right.
schools. You're getting out of school. Your parents want you to be this and that, so you wanna please them.
Yeah.
And then you start growing up. And now you're like, I don't care.
Yeah. The thing is too, it's like you realize like you're by yourself. As you get older, it's like you can't depend on them. Like yeah, they give you advice, but ultimately it's up to you to decide like your fate. And like you're the one who has to pay your bills.
Yeah.
You're the one who has to make
Yeah,
all these
exactly.
decisions. So you have to rely on yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like they're there to give you the talk, but are they there to give you the walk?
Exactly.
No, that's true.
Right. Another thing too is like think about like 5-6 years ago. Would you be willing to do what we're doing right now on this podcast? Like I'd be like, oh man, I'm so afraid of what people are gonna say about me.
Yeah.
You know, like how they're gonna
Judgmental
view
shit,
me.
yeah.
I'm still like that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got some growing up to do then.
Yeah.
I'm still shy, guys.
It brings back that it's funny because like you guys answered pretty much everything that I had on my head. Like that quote, "I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what you think that I am. What you think I am." So like it's not like what you think. You're not the person that you think you are, but you're
the person that you think they think you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
like,
No matter what, it's gonna be like that.
But I don't agree with that quote because like I lifted that. Like I thought surpassed that. So like when you said like what people expected of you, you
Right.
stopped living that way.
Right.
So like you just broke that mold of that quote.
Right.
Because like you were just living what like you think I should be. So then like after I stopped being that way, like example, like, oh, Nelson's like a nice guy. He'll like help you out no matter what, kind of thing. And then what? And then
Nelson's
like
a nice guy.
and
You're a
then
nice guy.
Is he?
no,
I know what you
but,
said.
like,
Yeah.
and then like he would do this, but then and I was like, oh shit, like an example, like I'm not saying that I am, but like people expected me of doing this, and then I was like, you know what, like this is not like it's getting to the point where I'm just doing it not because I want to do it. It's like I'm
Trying
just
to live
doing
up
it
to your
because
name.
like people are thinking like this is the image that I'm
Right,
pursuing.
right.
The sooner you realize, because we do those things thinking like these people have it figured out,
Yeah,
right? And the sooner you realize that no one knows what the fuck they're thinking or
yeah, exactly.
know what they know either. So it's like you can only do what's best for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't think of what other people think of you because like, sure, everyone's judgmental, but they don't have themselves like figured out.
Yeah,
either,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
But like,
People know what they want of you so quickly.
yeah,
But they don't know what they
No,
want
that's
from
a good way-
themselves.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that's
Right.
a
they
good way
meet
of
you
putting
and they're
it.
just like, yeah, this is what.
Yeah.
This is
So
what I
quick
want
to
from you. This is what I
say.
expect
Yeah.
from you. This is how you should behave. And then if you don't behave that way, they're like, yo, you know, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
Like, da, da, da,
exactly.
da. He didn't do
Like
this,
when
he
you're
didn't do
not
that.
when you're not doing stuff that they want, you're a bad
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
But then like that's why I realized that like pretty recent too.
Right.
Like 6-7 years ago, and then like once I stopped living like that, holy shit! Like it just felt like so relieving.
Yeah,
'cause
for
it
sure.
felt like I was a fraud to a point where like I was just living to please other people, but at the same time I wasn't happy. So
Right.
like that's the biggest thing that I was able to realize and then change. Like for me, like saying like, you know what, like I don't know, like I'm busy, I don't want to do this kind of thing. Whereas like I was always like, yeah. Like I've always like agreed.
Right.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, yes,
right.
like
I feel like a good like way to think and the way to be is just like if someone is giving you advice without you're asking it, then they're just prying at that point. There's no reason for them to say anything unless you're actually seeking their advice. You know what I mean? If
Like-
someone's going out of their way to like tell you how to change yourself
Yeah.
without you asking it,
Yeah.
it just means they're just nitpicking and like trying to change you as a person. And like as friends, you shouldn't do that to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, you should only help people when they ask for help.
Yeah.
You know what I
feel
mean?
you.
So that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. But then
I
also
think it's a blurred line though. Some people don't know how to ask for help. Some people don't even know that they need to ask for help. You know what I mean? I think it depends.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, it's like don't go too hard on giving out advice if no one is asking you.
Yeah.
also the older you realize that you just find a whole bunch of fucking bullshitters too. Like,
Right.
people are
Right. For
just-
sure. For sure.
It's, perfect example is like the business teachers in high school teaching you how to do business.
Exactly. They actually knew it.
Exactly.
They actually knew it.
exactly.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
just giving all these, and even worse to that extent too. Like they're just giving you advice, and it's like you're giving me all this shit, but you haven't even done it.
And none of it's like practical to you open up your
Exactly.
own business.
Exactly.
That's what I learned from going to
they're-
school.
They're telling you to take all the risks, but they're not doing it themselves, kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. I always say like for anyone taking advice, once someone told me is like never take advice from anyone that's not in the position you want to be in life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I know that's like for example, it's like you're not gonna go. I'm not gonna take advice on how to open a restaurant by asking someone who doesn't have a restaurant.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I'd go to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Or like you know what I mean. Like someone who's actually experienced it and done it themselves.
Yeah.
Right. It's-
No, I
it's
agree
very important.
100%.
You can
Yeah.
also learn from someone who tried to open restaurants and failed a few
Yeah,
times.
you can. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So
Well, you learn from people who failed, like when you always ask like what they did wrong. You don't. Everybody does something right.
but the thing is though, if if you ask that person what they did wrong, I feel like they're gonna defend themselves and be like, I did nothing wrong. It just kind of fucked up on
Yeah,
itself.
but that's like people with ego. If someone
Right.
asks me like, "What do you?" I'll list way more of the mistakes I did. Than
Right.
Give you like what worked for me.
I think that's because you're you.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. Like, I'm never like content of where I am. I
Right.
think that's like with all of us where we are. Like, say this downtime, even right now, we should take the time to improve ourselves and just like once shit goes, we should be already.
Right, exactly.
We're like skyrocketing. We're
Exactly.
not taking this time. Like, as much as we want to say we're always fucking sitting down and watching Netflix and shit, we should be,
Doing
ready
some
to go.
push-ups.
Yeah,
Reading some books.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know.
No, but that's interesting. That is an interesting question, though.
Like what mattered, or
Yeah, what matter? How else can we like tackle this question?
I always thought that we're off the bat materialistic things
Right.
would make me happy, but then now like I would rather get a meaningful text from someone than
Yeah, for
than
sure.
buying me like a Prada wallet.
Right.
100%. If someone wrote me a card, then giving me like a $300 worth of a materialistic, thing,
Exactly.
I'd be more happy with the card.
I feel
Rather
you.
than if I was in my early 20s, I'd be like.
Yeah, it's card shit. Look at this, man. You trying to suck my dick? or something like that?
wear that Dawn Rebel t-shirt, bro.
Do you think it's because when we were younger, we didn't understand the value of money?
Of course, without a doubt.
I
still fucking don't. I still fucking don't.
Money, man.
No, we.
But I mean, like, when we're in our 20s, we're not worrying too much about.
Yeah, like paying rent, doing
all that
this.
stuff,
right?
right?
We have way more responsibilities now, right?
No, but still, people still care about materialistic things till this age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that doesn't really.